Remember these? We'll say hola, because we just brought them back.
Budget Bike Battle! The Budget Bike Battle.
Good morning, everyone. So, just before Al gets here, I'm a bit embarrassed because the old 7R, she isn't playing ball this morning at all. Just constantly turns over. I did get it started yesterday. It was MOT'd yesterday. So it's not terminal. I just think that fuel's been sitting in there for God knows how long. So it's just time to have a little clear out and purge the system. But look how pretty it is. I mean, this is the last pretty bike Kawasaki made. They haven't made anything nice since this. Absolutely lovely. And of course, some memories, big memories from me on this championship-winning original Budget Bike Battle bike. Ugh. Okay, tank is drained, and it does smell horrible, that fuel. So modern fuels, by the way, if you leave them for like 2 months, 3 months in a bike, they just die. So yeah, hopefully it's just down to shit stale fuel, because I really don't fancy cleaning the carbs. Yeah, I mean, at some point it's gonna need addressing, but for today, I'll live with it just being horrible and nasty. I just want it to bloody start. Okay, come on, Al's gonna be here in about 20 minutes, so I've gotta hurry up. Woo! Okay, new fuel in. Moment of truth. Come on, girl, come on. Should we put a bit of choke on it? I mean, I don't know. Yeah, let's go for a bit of choke. Come on. Oh, baby, come on. Come on, I love you. I'm going to treat you so right. Oh, yeah. Fuck you. Fucking bollocks. Right, it's getting serious now. Get it on the ramp. Let's have a little look. Oh, the ramp doesn't work. What's going on? Oh. It's the wrong way around. God. Come on, darling, let's fix you. I'm charging the battery anyway, because that's about to die. So let's have a little look what's going on in here. Right, so everything looks all right. I don't know, I've pulled all the plugs out, stuck them back in. I just turned it over, and it had a little bit of fire. So I reckon, could have just been a connection somewhere, whatever. Might be a fuel pump. I gave this a bit of a smash. Hopefully, I'll put it all back together and it should start. And look what's just turned up to make the job even easier. Bloody Staith.
Well, which bike has stood the test of time better? The SRAD.
You haven't even started it yet. Bring it in.
Okay.
Go get it. Nice shorts. Aww. Oh, do you miss her?
I really do. You know, in today's society, 200 horsepower,
it's useless. It's useless.
I wouldn't say useless.
But it's not fun.
You can't enjoy it as much as...
No. Like a new double R or whatever, take that out. It doesn't become fun until you're going at least 130.
And, you know, I don't want to use the word shit, but kind of these...
Evocative,
kind of heritage steeds.
Yeah.
Are just so much more enjoyable. There's there's just the little foibles and the idiosyncrasies and the kind of nuances and bits that don't really
and other
work.
words that sound cool.
Yeah. That don't really work.
Yeah. And it's manual. It's the same. It's the same as I love my car at the moment, which is an old 2000 shit spec 911, right?
A shit spec.
But it is, but for a Porsche. But it's manual. It's small.
Yeah.
It's fun to engage with, and I think there's going to be a massive renaissance to these types of bikes. I'd buy them while you can, because you can fix them with spanners. Hopefully, I'm going to demonstrate in a minute. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And you know, imagine trying to lift the tank on a brand new Panigale to get it started. I mean, forget it.
You need a laptop and 2 technicians.
Exactly, and even then, I think you'd struggle.
But yeah, I think these things are so much more enjoyable. I'm just going to get rid of these stickers because they're in my head. Because you put them on.
The last time I saw this bike properly was when it finally died after the sort of the win-loss video.
It didn't really die as such.
Mate, you were like literally threw it in the hedge. Like, first go then, and then you put that big wooden cock in my bag when I flew home.
You know, whose bike's giving you the most chip now?
Mate, this isn't the competition anymore.
It is.
It's not. It's not. This is old friends meeting up for a bike ride.
Yeah.
And you know, let's not get competitive.
Well, let's fix your bag of shit, shall we?
It's not a bag of shit.
What, does it run?
Yeah, it will. I bet you £5 it'll run today.
Okay, let's do it. Oh God, I love you!
Can I have my exhaust back yet?
No.
Honestly, the engine sounds mint, doesn't it? Another day, another dollar, and I think I've cracked it because I'm basically the best mechanic in the world. Isn't that right? Mate, you can't be Team Honda. What have you got on?
Oh shit.
You are such a brand whore. Anyway, so this morning I started it. Let's go again. Here we go. Little bit choke, little bit choky. Straight in. So, have you started that today?
What? Yeah, I mean, should we go for a ride?
Definitely, but I just want to see if that starts first.
I'm a bit worried about the tyres. I mean, they are 10-year-old tyres.
They're disgusting. Back wheel Bob did us a bit of a skanked us up there a bit, didn't he?
Basically took the good tyres off it and put some 10-year-old shitters on it. A couple of other interesting things. I've lost my span adjuster. Just gone.
Yeah, that looks quite dangerous.
And the battery is now being held on by the battery terminal is being held on by a cable tie.
Oh right, nice.
Yeah, so
all looking good then, really.
Yeah, all looking good, really.
Okay.
Can't wait to go for a ride in this sort of damp, miserable conditions.
Anyway, I mean, I'm looking forward to just getting out on the old girls.
I can't wait.
And just having a little
trip down memory lane.
Little blast.
Yeah.
And still got the heated grips.
Still sexy.
Still rampant.
That's the prettiest bike Kawasaki have made since it was made. As in, what I'm saying is they haven't made a prettier one.
Well, you know, you're not wrong.
Yeah, and there's no competition here.
No,
by the way.
exactly.
Just,
no, just chill, mate.
Just chill.
Just chill out.
Chill your boots. We're just two old friends going out on a double date with our old flames. But yeah, so the issue basically was fuel in mine. It was dirty old fuel, and it just took a while to pull it through the system. I also, when it was off, I disconnected a load of stuff and reconnected it, and it sort of worked. So hopefully that's going to stay a result.
And hopefully these won't fly off.
Oh, I forgot about these. I thought the little Spanish man in the shop fixed them?
Yeah. Badly. Come on, there you go.
Oh, that sound.
Well,
brings back memories.
This is going to bring back memories, mate. When you turn your shed on.
Come on, baby. Fires up like an absolute beast now. Oh. Just needs to warm up, that's
Yeah,
all. She's
yeah.
fine, she's fine, she's good.
I still haven't got a horn.
Yeah, it worked the other day in the MOT.
Oh yeah, it did, yeah.
Well, you've still got, I like the dual exit. This is like a Panigale going on here, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a GP bike.
Low cut.
It's got like a low one and a high one. You've still got your nice little LED in the front there.
Oh, factory.
Oh my god, I'm excited.
Oh, the car, mate, I'm absolutely buzzing. I can't wait to ride this again.
Oh look, I've got sort of like a milk product in my
You've also
rib.
got blood on your, oh, we mentioned that already, haven't we?
Yeah, I have seen the blood. I don't know where that came from. She's still a bit fat. Mind you, I'm a bit fatter now as well.
Clean as a whistle, love. Clean as a whistle.
Side stand. Oh, and this is, I remember this now, look.
Oh god.
It's the clutch switch is inverted, isn't it?
Oh right.
Do you remember? Do you remember at the tunnel? When I had to start it, like,
Oh
yeah.
god.
Jesus, I don't remember the turning circle being this shit. I do, however, remember how slippery this chair was.
The chair.
The chair! Oh yeah. Oh my god, the pegs are high.
Oh mate, I've just got properly bukkake by your exhaust there.
Yay!
Oh, this feels horrible.
You've got an 11-year-old front tyre on, haven't you?
Yeah.
Well, my old girl feels delightful. I don't think I've ridden this with 3 cylinders, 4 cylinders. The clutch is a bit weird. Mind you, I think it was always a bit weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's definitely something awry with this puppy.
What, in terms of handling?
Yeah, it's just, yeah. I mean, it was fine before, as demonstrated at Almeria, but there's definitely something. It just wants to crap.
My mirror's gone all flaccid as well now.
Well, I mean, mine is literally like a night on the coke and speed and base flaccid.
Oh yes! Oh, this seat is so slippery. It's like it's been lubed. Honestly, can you see my bum crack?
No,
Feels
but
like
I will in a minute if you brake too hard, because these brakes are absolutely
shocking. Hello. Oh yeah! Oh, she's a good old girl.
I love how analog this is. This is just so much more involving.
Mate, I love this. I love this. You don't need 200 horsepower on the road. In fact, it's just boring, isn't it?
No, this is way more exciting. There's just the kind of weird bits you get with buying a 20-year-old bike.
Yeah.
And I prefer this. Like, twisting the throttle on this is actually more fun than twisting the throttle on a 200 horsepower superbike.
And I've got to say, the throttle on your bike, having started it earlier,
it's nice,
little
isn't it?
fiddle, it is so direct and clean.
Yeah.
It's so clean. There's no fiddling.
No fiddling.
Can you smell weed?
Oh, bloody hell, mate. Fucking nearly hit you.
Can you smell weed?
No. I can smell your bumhole though. Just remember, my brakes are pretty much non-existent.
Well, okay, but I didn't use the brakes.
I know, but I had to use the rear brake to slow down.
Okay.
If I just use the front, nothing happens.
Okay, well, ride in a responsible manner.
Yeah.
I mean, it passed the MOT with those brakes, so they obviously work. They're just shocking.
No, it's fine. Yeah.
That's the whole stupid thing about MOTs, isn't it? I mean, it's just stupid. Like, you could literally push a bike in on fire and it could potentially pass because there isn't a tick box that says, is the bike on fire? Well, this old girl feels really quite nice. I mean, fat. She definitely feels fat. But in terms of mods, because should we tell the viewers what we're planning to do? I guess we haven't even discussed it.
Well, do we? Yeah. Why not?
It's the plan. It's the whole plan. So what are we going to do then, buddy?
Well, the plan is to pimp them up a bit and restore them to their former glory with an added bit of, except we're going left there, aren't we?
Yeah.
With an added bit of superbike, you know, Chris Walker, Yanigawa, Who else? Who else rode a Kawasaki? Scott Smart. What's his name? Russell.
Scott Russell, yeah. Your indicator's on.
Oh.
Wow, you turned it off. Yeah, I mean, I guess the truth is we don't really know what we're going to do with the bikes exactly yet.
As always.
Yeah, but we don't know what we're going to find. And like you guys, I'm sure you always have ideas like, oh, I want to do this to my bike, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that. But then when you look into it, it may not be financially viable, it may be a bad idea, or something else comes to mind that you want to do instead. So the ultimate, so it comes down to us taking these old bikes out of the shed, because they're really important to us. These were the first ever, I'm going to come over, these were the first ever BBB bikes. That series has been so successful for us, and hopefully you guys really enjoy watching it. So we owe the bikes something for a start. So we're just going to fettle them and make them nice, and our loose plan at the moment is to, once they're done, with some performance upgrades for a reasonable price, we're going to stick them against our 20-year-old on rivals. We're going to stick them against our 20 years on modern superbikes from the same manufacturer. So we'll go and find a track somewhere, get a Gixxer 1000R and a Kawasaki ZX-7R, and we'll see how far away 20 years ago was, and hopefully we can get a little bit closer with our performance modifications.
Retro versus modern.
Yeah.
And I'm going to spoil the party straight away by saying I am going to get a set of K5 headers for this, because James has proven that it's an instant 10-15 horsepower in the mid-range. I'm definitely going to sort the brakes out, and I think we both want to, certainly from a generic point of view, we both want to get peppered in the face by a ZX-7R, because that's what I'm getting. Yeah, we both want to change the forks and upgrade them to a new front end, so we can accept better brakes and better suspension, etc. So
yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
it's all going to be on a budget. We're not going to be, you know, don't get your knickers in a twist here. It's still going to be budget, but
yeah, but I mean, well, the mods are going to cost more than the bikes.
probably.
Definitely. Well, I want to put some new wheels in this, because again, I can't, the performance of this bike, there's not much I can do apart from boring it out and all that stuff. It's an old carb bike, so instead I'm going to focus on trying to just get the weight down as much as possible. And the wheels on this weigh an absolute fortune, and they have rotational mats, so if I could get some Dymags in there or something like that, then yes, they're an expensive mod, but it's still going to make it go faster than, say, a full exhaust system would round a lap, because the weight and the benefits of the lightweight unsprung mass will be greater.
I really want
anyway.
some, is it UPX7s?
UP7X.
UP7X, yeah, I want some UP7Xs.
Yeah, and obviously within that, you know, just make it a bit more reliable.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what, I think just from what I hear, everyone who has these bikes spends quite a lot of time cleaning out the carbs. I think it's just by nature of what it is. But if, yeah, it's not very nice down here, especially on 11-year-old solid tyres. Yeah, that's what we're going to find out along the way, hopefully, is things to make them better with a bit. So it's basically a better budget bike battle.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But not really a battle, it's more about, because ultimately performance, this
Budget bike battle buddies.
yeah, this bike, you'd have to spend an awful lot to get the power anywhere near your one.
Oh, you couldn't really, unless you went for an 800 and a
Yeah,
you
you bought it out.
You need to spend
adorable.
3-4 grand on the engine.
Yeah, so it's not really a battle in that sense. It's just going to be historic. What do they call it? Golden era. Golden era.
Yeah.
Golden era superbike.
I've got to say though, even on these shitty tyres in these shitty conditions, going around that hairpin there, there's so much feel for the road and the surface beneath you.
Yeah.
There's so much feedback. It's so direct, and I love that about these bikes. You know, they haven't been engineered over 20 years to get the absolute maximum potential from the track. You know, they're lackluster in many respects, but just riding on the road and oh man.
Yeah, on the road you really don't even notice it.
No.
Well, you notice it, but it really doesn't make any difference. Like, you're still gonna have fun and get where you need to go with a shitty old soggy 20-year-old shag shop as you are with a brand new electronically damped superbike shop.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any difference really. You know, you're not going to get to the shops any faster.
Well, debatable.
But but on the flip side of that, I love modifying bikes. Most of it is completely pointless, and I get that, it's completely pointless. But it's a fun hobby, and that's what it is, it's a fun thing. You know, all these autonomous, like that new multi-strada with the bloody stupid self-driving radar thing.
Yeah.
It's like, just come on mate, just get in the car. Get in the car. Look, I'm not slagging off.
Get in the sea.
Get in the sea.
I am absolutely having the best time ever, mate. Thank you.
Ah. Well, you saying thank you to me or your bike?
Both.
Oh, thanks, mate. It's a shame it's just absolutely atrocious. Did she just do the wheelie sign?
She?
I think she did.
Okay.
Don't do it. We're in a 30. So, of course, where else would we go to test our old flames? But the warm, caressing, comforting Arches of Gold.
Arches of gold, arches of gold, ding ding, arches of gold, arches of gold, arches of gold, arches of gold.
Oh! It almost doesn't sound as good with 4 cylinders. It needs that VTEC, like this is going to be some bullshit 4-way traffic bloody crap.
It's a lollipop man.
Oh good, I like lollipop men. I'm just going to put it in here.
And women. Oh, sorry mate. There's going to be certain people who look down on us because we're riding tatty old bikes, aren't they?
Well, they can just do one if they are.
I've been hijacked.
Do you think people would actually look? I think if anyone looks down upon anyone for riding a tatty bike, then they're dicks, aren't they? I mean,
of course they are. Oh, I love going through a roundabout, not sure whether you're going to crash or not. It's a great feeling.
To be honest, I kind of feel a bit the same. So.
Yeah, but you got new tyres on. Is it open? It's not even open.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Well, it should be. Drive through. It better be. Yeah. Oh, this beautiful green paint. I reckon this was probably like a vibrant green at one stage, but now it's more of like a pea green.
Yeah.
But you can see the difference on the front hugger.
Bile green.
I'm definitely going to remove that rim tape that's been put on by a bloody Stevie Wonder. All this bracket. Oh, I'm definitely going to reverse engineer this crap modification that I listened to the internet on, which was that's my GSX-R K7 master cylinder, isn't it? Look, it's absolutely rubbish. It hits the clocks. It's absolute guff.
Well, at least you got brakes.
All these little stays and brackets, you can get aluminium ones, which are a lot lighter. I just need to reduce the weight, and then I'm just going to enjoy it. Yes, it's not going to be as fast as that around a lap. It's just not. But this is the design of this bike. When was this out? 95. Is it 95? I think.
Yeah.
And so this is the last gen, and that's the first gen of the new era of fuel injection.
Who's gonna drive you home tonight?
What are you having?
Triple cheeseburger.
Hi, please, may I take your order?
Hello there, can I get a triple cheeseburger?
Yep.
And a Big Mac, please?
Yep, anything else?
Just a bottle of water, please.
2 waters.
2 bottles of water.
Golden arches, I love you, I love you.
Stick it in my belly, stick it in my belly, my wheelie smells.
Thank you. Cheers, Nigel. Chat.
Alright, just stick it in the middle of the fucking...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, it's fine, mate. Just don't worry about me. Don't worry about anyone else.
I pulled right to the front so you can get in there. You get a bus in there, mate. Chill out. Don't spill your fucking Big Mac again.
You have got like an egg issue, haven't you?
That's fucking rich kind of view, innit?
Well, let's just let the viewers decide. Right, see you in a minute.
Right. Hairy vag.
She's fine.
She's fine. Well, that was an excellent triple cheeseburger.
Yeah, we abandoned the chips.
Yeah, too many carbs.
It's just useless, isn't it?
Yeah.
Useless calories. You only eat them just waiting for the main event.
Yeah, just prolonging the main event, aren't you?
I prefer to go for a chicken select over a fries anyway.
Well, I'm trying to think of a game we can play. What? I wish I'd just fall off, to be honest with you.
Well, probably will in a minute. Spatchcock chicken. I think we're both looking quite trendy today. Trendy.
Trendy Wendy, or Wendy Rhodes.
Who's Wendy Rhodes?
Off of Billions.
Not the Wendy, the prostitute from Breaking Bad. with the nice brown teeth.
I just figured out it's like I got a dwarf locked eared bunny rabbit. Dwarf locked.
Dwarf? You can't say what?
That's what they're called, the rabbits. That's the make of the rabbit, you bell.
Well, that's the next thing to change, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't call them dwarf rabbits. Bile. Bile.
Roland Rachtenberger. Oh, now I've warmed up to her actually. She doesn't feel too bad, but it's definitely there's definitely some S22s going in this on the old girl.
So you can get T32s?
Yeah, maybe.
Stoffel Van Dorn.
Stoffel.
Every day I'm stoffeling.
Michele Alboreto. David Schaffernacker.
Oh, she actually pulls really well.
It's pulling better than it ever has done.
Yeah, well, it's got 4 cylinders.
Fucking peppered. But you cracked my screen. You just cracked my screen.
What?
You've just cracked my screen.
Oh.
You fell.
Well, you shouldn't tailgate, should you?
Fuck's sake. Absolute Rodney.
Oh, it's hardly. It's not
Mate,
much, is it? It's not you make. Yeah, it's alright. Half the course. Those builders were loving it.
Yeah, they were. I'm so flaccid. I'm so flaccid. Oh god.
You went over the crown of that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh!
Trying to get the most of my tyre.
Fuck it, mate, that is a smoker.
Is it?
Mate, ridiculous.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, that was a thoroughly successful mission. Thoroughly successful. Why are you holding your hand out?
Oh, I thought you were going to...
That was
Nice.
absolutely
Nice.
lovely. Way more successful than the very first time we ever rode these bikes. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I had to bump start yours outside
Yeah.
that pub. And then mine went on to 3 cylinders. No, what did mine do? Mine did something.
No, yours didn't go on the 3
Clutch.
cylinders.
Clutch
Yeah,
was
the clutch,
slipping.
yeah. Yours didn't go on the 3 cylinders until we actually went to leave. Anyway. We'll be back, guys. We'll be back.
And I, for one, I can't wait for these updates. Well done, beautiful. Well done. I love you. Oh, you've sheared a bolt out of your hugger. That's probably what the noise was. Out of your carbon, official Suzuki carbon cover.
Oh, say that.
Oh.